So what I want to start out with for this first introduction, I think that you probably have already watched, hopefully, the introduction to the tools. So right now I'm going to give you an introduction to your sketchbook. This is not the kind of sketchbook that you'll have, but it will be of the same size that all the your classmates will have. That you'll be doing warm-ups and exercises in these. The other thing that you'll have in your sketchbook is not exactly this picture of the elements of art, but you will have some kind of a diagram in your sketchbook that I will give you. So the important thing about this is that this is one of the things that we're basing all of art on this trimester. So this trimester we're going to be discussing starting with space, moving to line, and then moving to shape, and then texture. And so somewhere in there, you'll experience most of these lessons. Excuse me. We'll spend a lot of time on this. So you'll also have this in your sketchbook in a smaller version. These are the 5 basic elements of shape. Hang on. Sorry, man. Okay. So everything that is created by God and created by man can be represented by all of these elements of shape. You cannot draw anything without these 5 elements of shape. And nothing drawn and nothing in nature doesn't have these, which is pretty amazing to me. So understanding and using these, kind of this idea and this understanding of line and shape will help keep things simple. That's the point of this, is that drawing should be broken down into simple parts before making it more complicated. The other thing that you're going to have in your sketchbook is the introduction to art. It may not look exactly like this, but the main thing I want you to focus on is I want you to write down 2 goals for yourself. The other part is that I'm going to have you do 1 drawing, and that 1 drawing should be something that you can see from where you're sitting. And I want you to take a good 15 or 20 minutes. If you want to take longer, you can, but at least 15 or 20 minutes to draw something that you see in front of you wherever you're sitting. And you can do that in your sketchbook. So just use a pencil, and you can use a pen if you want. You're welcome to use either one. And to draw, if you're sitting in the kitchen, draw a mug or a chair or a banana. If you're in a different room of the house, pick something there, and I want you to really think about staring at it, really observing it, analyzing it, comparing it to the space around it. Really follow the outline of whatever it is with your eye before putting pencil to paper, and really consider what are the light parts and the dark parts, where the light is coming from, if there's a lot of shadow or if it's really bright. I really want all of the students to be thinking about drawing in terms of seeing first. Before you even put pencil onto your paper, I want you to have traveled around that object many, many times with your eyes, thinking about these elements, thinking about the lines. Are there a lot of lines? Is there repetition? What are the shapes that you see? Maybe if it's a mug, you might see some ellipses or a circle. You might see straight lines, curved lines. What's the form of it? What's the 3 dimensions? What kind of space is it sitting in? What kind of environment is it? Is it on a table? Is it on the floor? Is it up on the wall? What textures do you see? What gives it the image, I guess, of it being 3-dimensional and having texture? Is it a coat? Is it like fuzzy, or is it hard and shiny? The values, that's just the dark and light of the thing again. And you can consider the color. We're just going to be working in graphite or Sharpie, but you can consider the color and the contrasts. And again, within shape, be looking for the shapes within shapes. What shapes can you find in a banana? what shapes can you find in, you know, the shape of a clock or a lamp. So a lamp isn't a shape, so pick out the shapes that are within it and you can break it down into its parts. So hopefully that is helpful to get you started. I want you to fill up the space of your sketchbook as much as you can with that drawing, and hopefully that will be an interesting exercise for you. All right, bye.